Hey, you crazy cats! 42's live streams and videos are simply not available on vinyl. You will have to go to the YouTubes for that. So if you want content about British traditions and culture, cutting edge social commentary from an unapologetically patriotic perspective, along with a side order of madness you simply will not find anywhere else, then this is the place for you. And to all those early adapters in the chat, don't forget to hit the notification bell. That's how you get the good stuff, and make sure you never miss a tasty treat. So with that being said and done, squeeze yourself in. Let's get into it. You know you want to. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Please delete as applicable because the internet is worldwide and time zones are indeed a thing. Can I get an audio check in the chat, please? Where'd that one go? Ha! My guests are currently having breakfast because it's way early in the morning. So don't panic not. Have your breakfast, take your time, and whenever you're ready, give us a shout and you just can come in. Okay? Don't be rushing your breakfast on account of this. It'll all be fine. Right. Where is it? Now I shall do the hellos. Slim's in. What about you, chum? Bass. Evening, sir. Steve Cray. Evening, Mucker. Evening, brother. Anglo-Saxon. Robert Ingram's in. Streaky Bacon's in. Special K on acid. Willie. Don Browning, who just said hello to. Who's going to be on soon. Packer, what about you, chum? Mr. Cray. Audio's proper good one. In my defense, I replied to your message while that intro was going. I had a small snooze on the sofa, and whenever I woke up, I found out I had to go and get flipping gas. So I've been a bit of a panic to get everything done on time and then get the chance to reply to your message, but I have done so now. Audio proper big strong one. It's good to see some Aborigine for Australia Day. House of Babushka's in. Curtis, what about you, chum? Glad to have you aboard. Mr. Enoch Powell. Linda Hunter's in, and she's going to be on the stream soon. Mr. Herbert, what about you, chum? There's AJ back. Al Max in. Oh, very nice. Very nice, mate. It's a lovely wee spot. And there's plenty of places for you to take the dog out for nice long walks and stuff. He'd love it. It's really beautiful up there. Ludwig, what about you, chum? Streaky AJ. Yes, Emma and I have stayed up there a couple of times. It's absolutely lovely. I'm going to guess we discovered Australia. And by that you mean the Dutch. Whoop whoop. DJ's in. What about you, chum? Glad to see you. Steve Craig, DJ Ray. That's us. That's us. All good. Right. So there you go. Yes. Now, what are we going to do now? Because let's see, this is what happens. My guests are busy eating breakfast. I'm going to get some Australian content. Yes, some Australian cultural content. The one bit that I know about. Uh, I'm about to get that. Yes, there we go. We have found the video. Now, oh, there isn't even ads to flick through. Just get this onto. And for Australia, we're going to have some Australian music. No, not Dame Edna. Bobby Crush, what about you, chum? Robbie's Pies. Right, here we go. This is a bit of music for Australia Day. No, not Kylie and Jason.
Well, you work to earn a living, but on weekends comes the time you can do whatever turns you on. Get out and clear your mind. Me, I like football. There's a lot of things around. When we line them up together, the footy wins hands down. Up there, Cassandra, in there and fight. Out there and Adam, show them your might. Up there, Cassandra, don't let them in. I like an angel, you're out there to win. Now there's a lot more things to football than really meets the eye. There are days when you could give it up. There are days when you could fly. You either love or hate it, depending on the score. When the team run out or they kick a goal, how's the mighty roar? Up there, Cassandra, in there and fight. Out there and Adam, show them your might. Up there, Cassandra, don't let them in. Fly like an angel, you're out there to win. Up there, Cassandra, you're out there to win. In there and Adam, don't let them in. Up there, Cassandra, show them your heart. Fight like the devil, the crowd's on your side. Up there, Cassandra, in there and fight. Out there and Adam, show them your might. Up there, Cassandra, show them your height. Fight like the devil, the crowd's on your side. The crowd's on your side.
There you go. There's a bit of Australian music about the Australian rules football for Australia Day. Yes. Uh, right, hold on. I'm going to find that question you posted. Mr. Precious. Where'd it go? No, it's not that one. What's that our Ringer channel called with a pic of Lord Wellington? Off the top of my head, I have no freaking clue about what you're talking about. What type of content does they help us out with that one? Yes, other comments I wanted to engage with. Oh, Mac, what about chum? Don't play Beards Are Burning, spoke shite. I do remember that they went and did a free uh, concert for the Aborigines, and things did not go very well. Football, rugby on a cricket pitch, something like that. Uh, they are handballing. Yes, yes. It's Australians do football, and they do handle the ball. Mr. Enoch Pell thought it was going to be Barry Humphries. No, 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 none of that. Yes, they are bloody nutters. Don Browning singing and eating. Very good. Current stuff, poise fellow. Would it be Jolly Heretic? Definitely offside. I don't know. I don't know why they even have referees in those matches. Looks like there is no rules. And I did like the way he managed to spin his head over and over. Oh, Mac. You're asking me, have I done any research? Yeah, I have actually got a little bit of research, and I've got some stuff I want to show you. No, not him. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah. The other one I would think of. Exactly. That's why. See, I didn't do research because I've got guests coming on that are from the place and know much more about it than me. But I could. I can't find this. About another bit of Australian culture that I can dig out. If I can just get to this. Yeah, come on. And check that this. Oh, yes. All right. Nah. The Australian football are try not to die. That's the rules. No worries, Reg. Glad to have you here. 1 second. So I'm going to find this. I'm going to get this presented up. Another little bit of stuff from Australia that I found that I thought was quite interesting. Come on, get back to start, please.
A female. No.
All right. I don't know how to get this back to front, back to the start, but we'll go with this.
Either, they, them.
What?
That's their pronoun.
Okay, so how many were there?
Oh my God, one, you idiot. They're non-binary.
So does non-binary have a hole or a pole? We just need to clarify.
They who? Who them? Where why? Who's who? Who's who? They them, or who?
We're having pronoun trouble again. Were they white?
No.
Were they black?
No, colour doesn't matter, you bigot.
Were they fat?
That's body shaming. Sorry.
What did they look like?
A human. That's who you're getting from me, you pig.
Okay, witness says we're looking for an angry, BO-smelling, pink-haired dog with a nose ring over.
They went that way.
Okay, male or...
There you go. Prisoner cell block H. Right, so what else we have? Yes, did you just like that? So noise plug. Did you please don't tell me Please tell me it just got all of that. Aussie, Aussie Man Reviews. Yes, we could do some of that. That's a good call, Emoji. 1 second. The Paul Hogan show was good. Right. I'm going to stop this for Valley, and I'm going to actually grab something that we can talk about. 1 second. Right. I'm just getting something up here. Yep. Right. 1 second. Here we go. A bit about Captain Cook and his statue, which got vandalized. Has that come up? It has indeed. A century-old Captain James Cook statue has been cut down, and a Queen Victoria monument covered in red paint in an apparent protest in Australia. The late-night vandalism occurred in Melbourne on the eve of Australia Day and is under police investigation. The holiday on 26th of January is the anniversary of the 1788 landing of Britain's first fleet at Sydney Cove at the start of the colonial era. Vandals wrote, "The colony will fall" on Cook's statue's plinth. The police said criminal damage to both memorials happened in the early hours of Thursday. It is understood the Cook statue was sawn off at the ankles. Several people were seen loitering in the area around the time of the incident. I don't think cutting down a statue is actually called loitering. I think that's called criminal damage. The 1914 monument commemorates Cook's 1768-1771 voyage, during which he charted the country's east coast and paved the way for a later decision to send the first fleet led by Captain Arthur Phillip. The statue has a history of being vandalised on or around the 26th of January. In 2022, it was splashed with red paint, while in 2018, it was graffitied with the words "No Pride" and had an Aboriginal flag placed next to it. So now we've got a tradition of damaging statues. That's fucking great. Victorian Premier Jacinta Allen said the vandalism of both monuments had no place in our community. We'll be working with the council to repair and reinstate the statue in St Kilda, she added, referring to the suburb where it is located. Work is also underway to clean the Queen Victoria Memorial in the city centre. Port Phillip Mayor Heather Consalto said that while she understood the diverse views surrounding Australia Day, she could not condone the vandalism of a public asset where the cost would ultimately be borne by the ratepayers. I'm going to take a wild guess and say that this damage was done by fucking white people. So I don't know if it's about diversity or not. I don't think that. I think it's probably white people have done this. Every time I see statues being put down, it does tend to be fucking white people involved. She said her council had arranged for a security guard to protect the Cook statue on Thursday, but the incident occurred before they were scheduled to arrive. Opinion polls show roughly 60% of Australians support celebrating Australia Day on 26th of January. But many Indigenous Australians and others say it is wrong to celebrate a date which represents the theft of Aboriginal and Torres Strait islander lands and their dislocation from culture. Well, do you know what? They have an absolute right and ability to maintain their own culture. And I'm sure that there's land set aside for that. So I don't see quite what your problem is. Uh, and I don't think they really want anything to do with our culture, given that they never had an Iron Age and shit like that. Invasion Day protests have grown in recent years, and many people boycott the holiday. Whoop, 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 you fucking absolute wankers. So there you go. Yep, that would be exactly the type of people. Like the people those police were looking for. Purple haired and dear had my glasses. Yep, Brooklyn Saints has probably like middle class kids on their year out from gender studies degree. That's exactly the type of wankers putting things down. The left wing. Look, what about you, chum? Yeah, well, that's unions for it. Look, do you want to jump on and tell us about your experiences with Australia, seeing as you moved there and got yourself became a naturalized citizen? Right. If you're not Luke or where's however, yeah, right. Here's a link for Luke to come on. I actually meant to send you a message and ask you, did you want to come on? And then you can hold the fort and talk to us about Australia before. Dawn's coming as well. There you go. There's a link for Dawn and Linda and what fucking my head's way with here. Everybody can all just jump in. And this will be. Hello, James Taylor. Yes, Master Ben. I sent you a link on Telegram, Dawn, but you need someone that's in the chat. So it's the same link, gets you the same place. There's Dawn's in. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very good. How's yourself?
Yeah. A little bit hungover. Linda got me really drunk last night.
Oh, she's doing the Lord's work. Yeah, she's doing. Just doing the Lord's
Sunday here, so we yep. Call your channels 42 Sunday School.
Yes, I picked up on that. I want to introduce you to a good friend of mine who's just jumped in, Luke, who's currently in Perth. What about you, chum?
Oh,
hello, everyone.
Doing good. How's you?
Hi, Luke.
Hi, yeah, doing well, thank you. Just it's fairly early in the morning here. Yeah, thanks for doing that stream. It's interesting. It's a topic that seems to be getting more and more anger every year. And like I mentioned, I've actually started to see my old union reps being very vocal and in favour of changing the date, which you'd think construction workers would have a bit of national pride. I mean, this is the equivalent, I suppose, of in the UK people saying, "Oh, let's change the date on bonfire night," or something similar to that. And when the working class start to get taken in by this stuff, you got to question what's going on, because it's the media. It's all over the media every year.
Yep. See these
Yeah,
union
it's
reps.
just constant divide and conquer, isn't it? That's all it is. And even if they do change the date, are people going to shut up? I don't think so. They're going to keep going until they just completely ban Australia Day.
Well, here's a question for you. See your union leaders that are speaking out against Australia Day. How vocal are they about getting us all back into work, regardless of your vaccination status?
Oh well, yeah, good point. I mean, I've got a story with that one. We over east in, I think it was Victoria, much stronger union than the state I'm in Western Australia. Basically, the guys got together because when the mandates came in, the guys weren't allowed to work, and there was actually I think the boys went and attempted to set fire to the union office. Yeah. And there was lots of footage, because the unions are strongly linked with the bike gang culture over here.
All right.
So there's lots of footage of basically bikies versus construction workers when these mandates came in. And around that time, there was also articles coming out from law firms basically talking about the mandates being unconstitutional, breaking federal law, breaking state law, being against the Nuremberg Code, being against international human rights treaties, etc., etc. And I actually contacted my union secretary over in Western Australia and said basically, guys, if you don't want something like happened in Victoria last week, here's an article talking about the actual law. Are you guys going to stand up for your membership over here so we don't have a repeat? Nobody replied to me. I actually went to the office in person and demanded a meeting with the industrial lawyer that my dues were paying for, and the guys just were not interested whatsoever.
Yeah, that was the same in Victoria before everything started happening. Ben ended up cancelling his membership over it because he's in construction as well, Luke.
Yeah. Right.
So, has Master Ben? I take it he's back working again.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he had the whole 8 months off work because he wouldn't comply. And but his employers wanted to keep him on, but because they do a lot of government work, they were tied in what they could do. So what they did was they got all these benefits together, all his holiday pay, any grievance pay, sick pay, and they sort of offered him a package where they kept him employed, but he was on half pay. So, but the half pay was his holiday, all his accruals.
Yep.
And then it got to probably about a month before they stopped the mandate, and they had to let him go because he was out of all his accruals. So they officially fired him, and then because he's got insurance, so he claimed his insurance, which was about 42 grand at the time, called C-Bus. I don't know if you know what C-Bus is, Luke.
Yeah, I do. We've got it over here.
So he got all his payout there, and then the mandates got lifted, and his boss rang him the Friday and said, "Oh, if you need a bit more time off, if you're doing something else, you can take as long as you want, but when are you going to come back?" So they re-employed him and gave him a better position, more pay, etc. Yeah. So they were really good with him, but it was flipping hard, living off half a wage for that 8 months. I took on more work, But the positive is look what we've got now. Like I'd already started doing, growing vegetables, and then just took that time off to just construct the rest of it. And yeah, so now we're fully self-sufficient with veggies. So at least we got a positive out of it, which a lot of people didn't. Did you take time off work, Luke?
Well, what happened with me is I knew that I decided that I wasn't going to get jabbed, and there was a I forget what the dates were, but there was a deadline.
Yeah.
I was working FIFO, so I was working in the desert in the north of Western Australia. So
Yep.
I flew home for my break, because it was a 3-week on, 1 week off roster.
Yeah.
And then and then when I went to go to the airport to fly to work, they wanted to see vaccine status, and so I wasn't allowed on the plane, and I got stood down without pay. I worked out that the loss in earnings was about $80,000 from the time that I got stood down to the time that I actually got made redundant. But staying on the topic of like this globalist takeover, where they want basically all the Western countries to lose their national pride. I mean, Dawn, we had and 40 did mention this on his streams, but the referendum, the referendum like earlier in the year,
the
voice referendum. So I mean, this is just using the same old tricks.
Yep, and behind that voice referendum, this started back in 2006. A gentleman by the name of Mark Liebler, who he was born in Australia. He's of how do we say, Uish origin. I call him Uish, and he was the one who started pushing for the voice, and he's how would you call him? He's a very prominent businessman who's got a lot of influence. He's had a lot of influence on our politicians, at least since Bob Hawke days. He's the one who got rid of Kevin and replaced him with Julia Gillard. And so he's been doing a lot of meddling in Australian issues. And and it all ties back with WF and WEF and United Nations and that as well. So the push for global communism is what the push is. Yeah. But now the thing is that I find how they're going to have issues is they're trying to dismantle family. They're doing a really bloody good job of dividing people. But how are they going to dismantle Islamic family and the Indian style of family life and even Jewish style of family life? They're very tight knitted. So I think it's going to be a long time before they actually succeed. And if anything, I'm of the opinion that they're going to fail.
Yeah, well, what the World Health Organization are trying to get through at the moment with the pandemic treaty. Are you on top of that?
Yes, I am. Yeah. So they're pushing that everywhere. But even then, like, even if they push it through, they're still going to get a hell of a kickback. Like, I went on a lot of the protest marches in Melbourne. I've got a few videos on my YouTube channel going back 3 years now where we were on a few marches there. And there's a lot of people pushing back now, even like more normal people saying this is just going too far now. So that, we do need more people on board, but I think they're going to have a really hard time getting it through.
So, look, what's your status at the moment? Are you back working, still out of work? what's going on with you? Are you still involved with the political party
Union.
and that sort of stuff?
Yeah, well, so I essentially didn't work for the best part of 2 years after the mandates came in because I was involved with the like you said, with the federal election. We tried to get tried to get a new party up and going here. That was a lot of work, and then after that, just generally involved with the protest movement over here. Then I started working part time because I've got a construction rigging background, so that's craneage. So I started doing like the shows over here, the stage rigging, so lights, audio, and the screens, etc.
Awesome.
But that's, we've got a couple of we've got an arena and a stadium here, and I was doing work there. But it's, one, it's seasonal, and two, it's fairly small hours because we've got small population, but we actually don't get that many artists through here. So actually, the week before last, I just started a new job doing taxi crane hire, which is basically if you have a swimming pool you need installed, or you've got a truck of awkward stuff that you need loading and unloading, or the other thing that one of the clients that my company works for is building mast climbers, which are these big platforms that climb up and down the side of high rises so they can work on the outside of the buildings and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's within the last 2 weeks, started doing serious hours with those guys and start building some cash back up. So yeah, that's where I'm up to.
Yeah, that's been a long old process.
Yeah. I mean, I don't to be honest, once you sort of have your head around the way that the world's going, it all feels a bit pointless. But in the meantime, you still need to eat. And I like that you've been growing your own food, Dawn. We've been getting our veggie garden up and going as well over the last year, but
Cool.
still got other bills to pay. And yeah.
Yep.
Well, Dawn's setup is absolutely epic.
Yeah. Are you on Twitter or Telegram, Luke?
Yeah, I'm on Telegram. I don't Telegram, Signal, all of that stuff.
I'll get used to connected.
Yeah. Hook us up, 42.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Will do.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for covering this, 42. Thanks for it's pretty good that you taking on sort of across the West, like international issues like this.
Have you heard my latest song?
No.
Oh, right. Well, we'll do that.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
let's do that.
Yeah, right. Hold on.
bit of drum and bass.
Yeah, but you'll like this. Where is it? It's here.
And I'll go and check where Linda is.
Yeah, you check where Linda is. This is coming up now.
42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. You will own nothing, and you will be happy. And you will eat the box.
Oh shit, man. Eat the bugs? You got me wrong. You got me so wrong. You ever seen a cave drawing of somebody with a spear hunting a mosquito? Well, me either. We eat meat and we have choices. You cook the hedgehog right? It tastes like chicken. Fucking chicken. I ain't eating your bugs. I ain't eating your bugs. I started off with nothing and I'm never going back. I'm not getting on your progressive track. With Agenda 2030, I refuse to engage. I can see where it is going and it's just another cage. I've got hedgehog, I've got rabbit, I've got wild hog. Fuck it, I could even move to Alaska and get me a nice caribou. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. not so hard to get, so I'm going to say no to your cattle country. Eat the bugs, live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy. Oh, nothing and be happy. I've seen the people with nothing and they don't look happy. Eat the bugs, live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy. Oh, nothing and be happy. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh shit, man, you got me wrong. You got me so fucking wrong. There are millions of us in the UK, billions worldwide, unvaccinated, striding out into our third winter of death with not a care in the world. Eating pig, eating cow, eating chicken, and we will not conform. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. Hey, Klaus Wall, this is 42, and I want the word with you, motherfucker.
This is the fourth industrial revolution. We have a window of opportunity for the great reset. Technology is a critical weapon. History is truly at a turning point. We can shape a better world, and we will reglobalize to make it a better place. So will all learn, and so will be and so will eat the bugs.
I haven't got me talking. Why are the United Nations in charge of Stonehenge? Keeping me away from the stones? That's not world heritage, that's British heritage. You're getting to a point where the people just want to be left alone and going to get involved. Tell me again, why is the United Nations running Stonehenge? Fuck it. Stonehenge museum's a fucking Pennine Mountain Range now all by UNESCO, so you and I can never go. Fuck your 15-minute cities and your Internet of Things. We are going back to nature, see what that life brings. We had a good look at the damning new day, so we hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We'll hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid.
This is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance.
Fuck it.
Fucking phenomenal. That's brilliant.
Isn't it awesome?
Absolutely brilliant.
Of a normal rabbit.
But 42, that's amazing. I need to put that on my I've got a playlist for music like that. I need to grab that and put it in there.
Oh, thank you, mate. Guys in the chat here, Al Mac did the producing and the music. Another one of his friends, another guy I've been working with, Justice Kane, is the other vocals on it, and really enjoyed doing that one.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you know.
Well done, everyone involved with that.
Yeah, I think we're on the same. We're on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah, no, brilliant. Have you seen Ain't No Rock and Roll by 5 Times August?
No. I
If
need to
you
look that up.
yeah, do you want to follow that up? It's
Alright.
Ain't No Rock and Roll 5 Times August. I think it's only a few minutes long.
Right, 1 second. Yeah.
Oh, 5 Times August American?
Yeah, I think I'm not 100% if he's American or Canadian, but yeah.
Right, yeah. No, I think gosh, he had like a fundraiser not long ago. I remember donating. I can't remember what it's bloody for now.
He's got three that I really like. He's got one about Trudeau, one called Sad Little Man about Fauci, which is fucking brilliant.
Yep.
And then because he's a musician, he's got one called Ain't No Rock and Roll, which is basically about the fall of all the anti-establishment punks and rockers just all turning over and just
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine are now Rage for the Machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'll fire that up now because I found that. Here we go. Share screen.
This isn't about Australia. What's going on?
Right, we'll get back
we got sidetracked? Have we changed the subject?
We've had a slight tangent. After the song, we're getting straight back on to Australia.
No worries.
Right.
Thanks for the indulgence.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, there ain't no rock and roll ever since they sold out Rolling Stone. All the words that were sung in the past will never feel the same when you're looking back. All the old men sitting in their makeup chair with their gold record walls really couldn't care. All the fame feels the same when you've had enough, so they don't bother standing up. And there ain't no peace in love ever since the 60s kids grew up. All the drugs and the girls and the cash, after all the songs it was gone in a flash. All those bad boy rebels in the attitude, what a show, we didn't know that none of it was true. Only self-serve, anti-establishment, we were all so innocent. Because there ain't no rock and roll, and the blues has lost its soul. All the punks gave the man control, and every pop star's bought and sold. No, there ain't no rock and roll, and there ain't no Joan and no Bob. No one stuck around for their protest job. All the stars and the big pharma whores, shilling for a check from their corporate shores. All the actors say what they're paid to say, while the fans take the blame. All the once cool fools that were me and you, well, they pushed us all away. Because there ain't no rock and roll, and the blues has lost its soul. All the punks gave the man control, and every pop star's bought and sold. No, there ain't no rock and roll, and there ain't no boss, no queen, never was a Rage Against the damn machine. No, there ain't no fighter in the foo. No more rocking in those free world shoes. All the high-strung Neil Young wannabes, yeah, their silence has been deafening. All the suits lick the boots of the government. What they sang they never meant. Because there ain't no rock and roll, and the blues has lost its soul. All the punks gave the man control, and every pop star's falling soul. No, there ain't no rock and roll. No, there ain't no rock and roll. No, there ain't no rock and roll. No, there ain't no rock and roll.
Quite nice, that.
It was actually now.
Bit sad.
What I will say is, I'll bring this. This is how I'm going to bring this back to being about Australia. By the way, the link I put in the comment was for that song. When did Australia go from being, or the Australian people go from being quite irreverent to quite compliant?
Oh, that's
Ooh,
Dawn. That might be
tough
that might be a better question for you.
yeah. Well, I've been here since 1990. I was 25 when I got here, and yeah, everything was sort of quite free and easy. I'd say it really started changing about 2005, 2010. A lot of our suburbs started changing with newcomers, and like a lot of traditionally like white Australian regions were slowly changed to more newcomer regions, and people sort of self-segregated. I think it's really been like that slow creep through the institutions, so to speak. And yeah, no, like when, oh gosh, I'm trying to go back now. When my children were in creche, they banned Santa. Nobody really made a fuss about it. Then, when my children were at primary school, they banned Christmas carols that had any religious connotations. So you could only have like your jingle bells type stuff. And then in certain regions, if you went to what you call it, Burger King, we call it Hungry Jack's here. They stopped doing bacon on the burgers. Bacon on the bacon burger. You couldn't get a bacon burger anymore. But it was only in certain suburbs.
Yeah,
And yeah,
because they didn't want because the thing had to be kept halal.
yeah. So and because it was in a region that is self-segregated, should we say? Newcomers started self-segregating. And yeah, so just things slowly, and people just accept it. So, because we're so too easy going.
I thought my thoughts is that it's cultural. So
Yep.
Australia never had to fight for their independence, right?
Yeah.
They've never really had a war. They've never had to stand up.
Well,
Darwin. There was
I will say
Japanese
that
attacking Darwin.
I will say that there was plenty of Australians went to the First and Second World War. Also, the Australians went in quite large quantities to Vietnam. So there is a very good, well trained military cadre from Australia, and and definitely the First World War, the diggers were they were hard bastards.
Yeah, yeah, but more what I meant was they've never actually had to stand up for themselves against the British, for example. You know,
Yeah,
like in the US, the whole culture around their legal system is because that was put in place to protect them from ever going through what they went through under the British. So there's that ingrained culture within the Americans of standing up for individual freedoms. Like, I don't think we've got that in Australia, and I think that's part of the problem.
What year
And then
was
we
it?
had the 1996 massacre in Tasmania, and and then they had a gun buyback scheme, and now it's you can still have firearms here, but it's very difficult to get them. Dan, can you turn that down a bit, darling? Oh. Ben's listening to us. Yeah, so there's also been like a lot of our other rights being taken away. It's been bizarre.
Have you? Well, I'm also noticing the militarisation of the police force here. Our Western Australian police force purchased armoured personnel carriers called Bearcats a couple of years ago.
We have them when we have the protests here. There were Bearcats as well, and some of the riot police, but they didn't even look Australian.
Yeah,
and what they were wearing was just not what you'd ever seen before.
The Ninja Turtle suits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
Those Ninja Turtle suits. They seem to have went everywhere. Used to be the Quick Response Force. Now it's the Tactical Support Group. They're called the TSG, and every westernized police force seems to have that same kit.
Yeah.
Oh, I go for poo.
Oh, don't say that. Yeah, well, are they in England as well? Those the new type of uniforms and that. Okay.
Yes. Although the two London water cannon were in Northern Ireland, but they've now been moved to the Republic of Ireland because they were getting a little bit uppity. And I don't know why or how, but the London bought two water cannons which got sent to Belfast.
Yep.
Talking about Europeans getting uppity, have you got any German? Have you got any German viewership? 42.
Not to know of, but I have seen what's going on there.
With the ASD.
Yeah. Oh, with the farmers putting their slurry all over the roads.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they managed to completely lock up Berlin. It's fucking amazing.
And there's a lot of stuff going down in France as well. Well, there's always something going down in France, but this is
Basque, maybe tell us what the Dutch are up to, but there does seem to be what they've done is they've taken away all the subsidies, or they're going to take away all the subsidies. It's again, we're back to the World Economic Forum. They want rid of the cows, they want rid of the sheep, they want rid of all the wildlife, and it's hitting the farmers, and the farmers are not playing nice. Yeah. Yes, that's why I was
good.
But yes, Bas, I know you're Dutch. That's why I thought you might have some info for us about what's going on in Holland. But this is all farm related, subsidy related. I'll tell you what we are, right, farmers. We're fucked. But
Well, we're hungry for sure. We're hungry without them for sure.
Yep.
Well, it's the old control the food, control the people.
Oh, very interesting one for you, Dawn.
Mm.
They're now saying that household planting of vegetables and food and keeping chickens and stuff uses much more CO2 than commercial than whenever it's done commercially.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah,
Well, well, I'll tell you, like we don't have as much household rubbish like we used to because you
yeah.
know, we're not buying vegetables that are wrapped in plastic from an supermarket. Because of the chickens and the rabbit, and I've got a worm farm as well. All of our produce gets recycled. Got a compost as well. So seriously, how they work that out, I don't know. 'Cause the truck doesn't have to pick my bin up every week, that's for sure.
Oh well, I'll tell you how they worked it out.
Garbage.
These they're worried about people growing their own food, and so
Yeah,
they invented it out of whole
yeah,
cloth, the same as they've done with absolutely everything else.
yeah,
Well,
exactly.
it wouldn't shock me if some of these countries started to tax people for catching their own water off the roofs.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah,
wouldn't be surprised if you end up having to pay a fine or some kind of council tax increase for anyone that has a water catchment system.
Oh,
yeah. Well, you were supposed to register your water tanks. I'm going back, probably a decade ago now, when there was a massive push for everyone to have their own water tanks. And then they wanted you to register it with the council. Oh, of course, nobody bloody registered them, did they? Because they're like, yeah, if we register it, then you're going to end up taxing us for it. So, yeah,
if they're
just do not comply.
yep, if if they get them registered, they got a list, so they know where to go to fucking take them down.
Uh-huh.
Whenever
Yeah.
they just plain ban it.
Mm.
Yep.
What the fuck? What happened to the acid rain? By the way,
Yeah, exactly. What
yeah,
happened to the ozone layer?
it just went. It's suddenly no longer a problem.
Yeah.
And
Well, all these predictions they've made for decades now, like you can't find one of them that they were right about.
oh,
So it's
Manhattan,
fear, fear, fear.
Manhattan is due to be underwater, and the Maldives are going to be gone by 2018.
Well, by 2050, we're going to be under another 20 metres of water, apparently, in Australia. And that's on a big Victorian government website
Yeah,
that they're saying we're going to be underwater. Okay, right.
but the thing about it is, if it rises 20 meters in Australia, it also needs to rise 20 meters in Belfast.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And everywhere else, because it's like whenever you get into a bath, the water rises all the way around.
Yeah.
All the oceans are interconnected in some way.
Yeah.
So I really don't get how and everywhere that the water's rising, it's always somewhere very far away that nobody can fucking get to.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you go down to your local shoreline and it's the same place it always was.
Yep.
Does anyone have any inside information on what's going with all this ULEZ stuff and the controlling driving and emissions and all that shit? Like, what's the latest with that? The Blade Runners having a win, or
It's half and half. They're not getting the amount of fine revenue that they thought they were going to get, because a lot of their stuff doesn't work because people have either cut it down, put stickers over it, done something to it, and I don't know. I'm not sure and they're going to run into problems because they're going to have to put it at some stage in the areas where the people are very non-compliant, like Tower Hamlets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, this is why I think they're going to run into problems because you can't have global communism unless the likes of people who live in Tower Hamlets are on board with it. So it's a strange relationship that we're going to be having with that demographic, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's going to be very strange. And the other thing is,
yeah,
this is a problem they're making because had they not relocated those to Western countries, they wouldn't then
mm,
have that problem
yeah, yeah,
because we as Western people have done an absolute shit job at saying no to anything.
yeah, yeah. Because they've changed our mindset over the years. It's been a slow, um, reprogramming of people. Really, when you think about it.
Well,
So
it's I like it. I liken it to the hedge cutters. If somebody comes and borrows your hedge cutters and they haven't given you them back 2 years later, you'll go and buy a new pair of hedge cutters and not say anything to the person.
mm,
But if they come in the middle of the night and try to break into your shed, you'll go out and fight them for it. And
yeah,
because this is being done uh, in broad daylight, just open, everybody can see what's happening. Uh, they are failing to have the reaction it should have, which is what the fuck's happening to my country. The, the
yeah.
thing the thing that did surprise me, whenever I went to Australia, I think it was 2018. We were out and it was like 12 o'clock at night. Pub still open. Went outside for a smoke. Wasn't allowed back in.
Oh,
Uh, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? You know,
mm,
once you stepped outside the pub, that was them. They had done their job for clearing you out, and this is fucking nuts.
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
You know, coming from Belfast, I found it might have just been the place where I was in the Gold Coast, and it was Brisbane. Uh,
Yep.
it was like a rule book. It was
Oh,
like
I
you
mean,
just
there were. I mean, I'm not much for going. I haven't been much for going clubbing for a long time, but over east, I remember being told that people used to have to cover up certain places would make you cover your tattoos. So the lads would actually go and like even though sleeves and neck tattoos and all of that were really popular, there was a certain places that just won't let anyone with visible tattoos in, and there are people actually covering up their tattoos for Friday and Saturday night going out. Um,
fuck.
uh, and actually, there was a story last time. What's his name? That young oh, the rapper. He's kind of a rapper. Like a really scruffy looking young white fella. What's his name? Shit. Post
Is it?
Malone. Post Malone, right? Post Malone came to Perth, right? He was kind of there was no way he was going to make any serious money here because he played such a small venue. It wouldn't have even been worth coming over here. He was just doing it for his fans. And I'm not saying I'm a Post Malone fan, but he went to try and go into a nightclub. I think it was after the show, and they actually wouldn't let him in. It was a rooftop bar, and he wanted to take his entourage in there. They wouldn't let him in because of his tattoos.
That is fucking nuts.
And
Like,
this is Australia.
Yeah, I've never heard that.
Yeah, yeah. No, there was a big
How
uproar here because of Post Malone. Yeah.
Yeah.
like I don't know.
How long have you been in Australia, Luke?
2012, I moved here.
Oh, all right. Yeah, you're a newbie.
Well, sort of.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you've been through the whole process of becoming a citizen.
Yep, that's right.
Cool. Good.
Yeah. Although it's I won't say it's never crossed my mind that this might not be this. Well, my neighbours and fellow Australians, it doesn't seem like they're actually going to rise to the challenge in terms of just not complying, basically. But then again, you look around and you think, right, where if I could be anywhere in the world and live and thrive anywhere in the world, where's actually better than here? Because we've
Yeah,
still
that's the
got
way
a
I
high.
look at it as well.
We've
Yeah.
still got a high like our standard of living, although everything's getting incredibly expensive over here. We've still got a relatively decent work-life balance, and compared to what I remember it being like in London. But you look around and you go, actually, which countries' governments and which countries' people are actually standing up and resisting? Like, where would I want to put down roots and weather this? And that's actually a really tricky question.
Mm. Yeah, I've thought about that. You know, like a lot of people say, "Oh, I'll go to Hungary, I'll go to Poland," but then they're changing too. And then it's also, you know, is it fair to, you know, to sort of not colonise those countries as well, but to, you know, oh, what's Linda doing? Oh, she's moving her car. Yes, then it's not fair on those countries. You know, why should we have to go there anyway? Why should we have to move?
Well, the ideal thing would be that the general public would actually go, "What the fuck's going on? I'm not having any of that," and they actually stand their ground and rise up. But
Yeah.
you know, as you saw during COVID, that's just not. That's unfortunately, being realistic, that's not happening here.
Yeah, but I don't think if they try to lock us down again, I think you'd get more of a pushback. You know, if they try to do it again. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
Outside of New Zealand, I don't think anybody had as strict a lockdown as Australia.
Oh, I think
yeah.
I think my state had the longest closed borders in the world. I'd need to check that, but I think it was one of them, if not the longest closed border.
Yeah, because
you
remember
completely segregated yourselves, and then you've all still got COVID anyway. Same with New Zealand.
Yeah, I think it was. I think I'd have to check this, but I think it was like 697 days is what it says in my memory. I think it was somewhere around that mark that our borders were. Yeah.
I remember seeing people going to, like, must have been where the border was, and they had like bollards up and passing stuff back and forward across the bollards and stuff, and it was like, what the fuck is actually going on here?
Yep.
Yeah, it was bizarre. You couldn't. And some kids, like, they lived on one side of the border, but the school was on the other side of the border.
Yeah.
So they couldn't go to school. A few people died because they couldn't get to hospitals. You know, they needed to go to a hospital across the border. And think about. I remember a couple of babies died, and a few other people died because they couldn't get to a specialised hospital.
Sorry, this is a big one. So there's a 16-year-old girl called Dazzle. I don't know if you've heard about this, Dawn, but she's basically she needs a transplant, and she's still being refused a life-saving transplant because she's not jabbed. Like her, because they're saying that the justification the medical people are using is that her immune system will be so compromised by receiving they've got to give her drugs after the transplant. There's drugs that they've got to take which suppress the immune system so that the body doesn't reject the new tissue, and that she basically, they're going, no, we're not wasting an organ if you're not going to protect yourself from COVID, we're not having you wasting an organ and then having you die from COVID.
Could it be that they know whatever is in that organ, because the person's been vaccinated, is going to be rejected by the host?
Yeah, that could play a part in some things. Yeah, could play a part.
It's possible.
We don't know what they know.
Yeah, you know, as much as I know that the medical professionals have bullshitted just about absolutely everything, I think somewhere they know exactly what they're doing, and there could be somebody that has made a decision that unvaccinated people can't get vaccinated organs because there'd be a rejection. And
yeah, but wouldn't that work vice versa as well? You know, like if the donor wasn't vaccinated, are they going to just throw the organs away because
Well, they've vaccinated so many people. There's very few unvaccinated organs.
Yeah, but is that true? Because I know a lot of people who aren't vaccinated, and they say, and also there was a way that you could get your medical records to look like you were vaccinated. They literally, somebody went into the Medicare system and programmed it so that it looked like you were vaccinated. I personally know two people who paid $500 to have that done. And apparently, yeah, they were very busy altering people's records when they weren't vaccinated. So,
yeah.
Well, there was another case over in New Zealand where there was a chap. Again, he wasn't vaccinated. They refused him his transplant. He had family members. I think it was his brothers or potentially his kids that were suitable. He had a couple of people that were suitable to transplant, and they refused. They refused to use the donors. That he'd found his own donors, basically. They refused, and he died. And then the hospital approached his spouse and asked if they could she'd donate his organs.
That's why I remember that one. Just in saying it. Yeah, oh, that was just disgusting how they did that. Yeah. And then they said, oh, it was an accident that we asked. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, we have introduced a new law here, and you're presumed to be a donor. I call it the spare parts law. So unless you go and get yourself up to date, you're considered to be a donor.
Oh, we're property of the state, aren't we?
Yeah, well, it's getting that way, and the thing that they pushed that through on the back of, was a child that was on an organ donor list. But this law only affects people over the age of 18, and that child can never get any benefit off that thing, because if you need, if you're 8, an 18-year-old's heart's not going to do you.
No,
it's the wrong size. It is it's absolutely madness.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, 42.
Thank you very much for coming on. Always a pleasure. Keep in touch, and if you want to come on and talk about the stuff that's going on down there, very welcome back on, mate.
All right. Cheers.
It's really good to hear your opinion, Luke, as well. Yeah, no, it's great.
Yeah. Cheers, Dawn. And I'll find that track and get it on my playlist. Well done, everyone involved with that.
Oh, thank you.
There's another 2 songs as well. Make sure you get the other 2 songs that 42 and all the others have made as well. Oh, do you put them on Spotify yet, 42?
They're not on Spotify yet. Justice Kane has another couple of tracks to get finished up. Then that'll be an album, and then the whole album will go on Spotify.
Well, hurry up,
Awesome.
Justice Kane.
Yeah.
Hurry up,
Awesome.
JK.
Yep. Look,
All right. See ya.
always a pleasure talking to you.
See you, Luke.
Okay. All
Take
the
Do you
best,
want me
man.
to stay on 42 or do you
Yes,
want to carry on with
yes,
something
please
else?
do.
All
No,
right, no worries.
no,
We'll
Don, you
do.
stay on.
Okay.
Is Linda coming in?
Linda, hold on, I'll go and check. I think she's nervous. I don't know. Watch out, Joe. Leave your bum. Hunter!
I met
Hunter! Are you coming on or what? She's typing away. I think she's nervous.
She's putting it off.
Go on, say hello. Are you sure I won't be on the camera? I don't know. Try it if you are. Well, just hop it. Well, get the link. Find the StreamYard link. Put the link in 42 for Linda.
Yep, there's a link in.
And put her in the back. Put her in the background. And I'm lagging. Go on. Are you? Should be. No. Once you go to StreamYard, you won't lag. All right. Now what do we do? She said she's done this before. I did it once. Oh. 4 years ago. Go back.
Studio.
What? What do you mean go back? Go back out of that? How? See? I don't know. It's your phone, not mine. Get back into YouTube. That's it. Go out of the whole lot and then come back in. Tell ya. Bloody hell.
Well, she's doing that. The background on Luke, I met him at 2016 in London at the International Conference of Men's Rights for men's issues, and we've been friends ever since. So that's where
cool.
that's how I met Luke, and he was doing quite a lot with in Australia and campaigning about the vaccination laws and whatnot.
Now, there's your link. I'm going to mute myself while I try and sort Linda out.
Right. Do you need that link again? Right. I'll put the link in again and see if they can figure it out. Whenever you get it on your phone, go enter Studio and it'll give you a choice to cut your camera off if you wish.
Right, now Linda's got an iPhone. Does StreamYard work on iPhone?
Yeah, should do.
Okay, I'll try again.
It's iPhones are normally quite good with any of that stuff. I don't know because I've always been Android. Let's see. I'm going to check through these comments. Even vanished True Blood. Oh, Matt reckons they're going to go for smallpox. Yeah, start with something small. Let's see. My language is pure East Belfast, which is sort of like English, only with a really strange accent. And if they do sort of talk fast, it becomes very hard to understand. I've trying to train myself to talk a little slower. And whenever I listen to myself back, I do find that I'm very, very fucking nasally. Sounds like Mac 2's having a good evening. Enjoy yourself, chum. Yes, Android all the way. iPhones are a bit apart from anything, I find iPhones to be very, very overpriced. All right, no worries. No worries, but welcome aboard anyway. You've appeared at a bit of a lull while we try to get the guests in. Let's see. Special K and Acid has never had an Apple product. Well, I've got a MacBook, and I find for making memes and music videos and stuff, because my music videos are, well, Al Mac obviously does music and all his fancy setup, but whenever I get the music track over, I do that with all stuff that's free on every MacBook. Famish has just subbed. Thank you. Thank you very much, and thanks for the share. And I hope you enjoy. MacBooks are very easy to use. They're very. You're right. Yes. Well, I'll get a bit of Aussie Man reviews. Up. That sounds like a plan. Uh, right. Here we go. Bit of Aussie Man reviews coming up as soon as I get this, because YouTube's now
We've done it. Hello.
Hello. Oh, right.
Hold on. You've got to wait for 42 to let you in.
Right. They got it sorted. Linda Hunter, very welcome. How's yourself?
I'm very well. How are you, chum?
Doing good.
Very good.
So
Donnie's got me sorted.
Excellent. So what did you get up to for Australia Day?
Well, I put out hard rubbish. We have hard rubbish every January, and everyone can put out like your crap, and it's quite amazing. Like, there's so much, like, every house, and you can, there's crap, but people put out a lot of good stuff, so it's sort of like an open air garage sale for free.
All right, so
yeah, that's what we did.
Everybody puts out all the stuff that they haven't used in 2 years, and people go along, look through it, and take what they want.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then you have me that puts out the stuff that they collected from hard rubbish 3 years ago and didn't use, and I put it back out, and and someone will take that. It's
Hey Linda, Linda, see the picture in your bedroom there, the one of the ships.
Yes, yeah, the tall ships.
I got that from hard rubbish.
Very nice. There's a picture of a tall ship here, and so we were like talking about Australia Day, and I know I shouldn't watch television, but I do flick around the channels, and I saw the huge Australia Day celebrations in Sydney, and they sang. So it's all beautiful. You've got the opera house with the sails, which are actually meant to represent the tall ships that came here.
Right.
So they sang the anthem in an Aboriginal dialect first, and had like because they put images up on the sails of the opera house. So we had all like, the Indigenous stuff, and this choir that had been drilled to sing the song. They did very well in a language that 5 people in the world probably speak. And then we got to sing it in English. And it was a bit bittersweet. And they had ships sailing around the harbour, but just like Chinese junkets with one sail. There was in 1988 we had
the tall ships.
Yeah, the tall ships. They sailed down the east coast, and everyone flocked to the beaches to see them go past. And this year
that was awesome.
Had fucking Chinese junkets with one sail floating around Sydney Harbour with yeah, singing
That makes
some
sense.
song in a language, like, and they all smiled. They were happy. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Cool.
it was
Well, Australia Day is also my birthday.
yes.
So we had all the family come. My parents didn't come down, but my sons and grandchildren were here, and we just did a big barbecue, and and yeah, we just had an awesome day.
Last night,
And
sorry, Dawn, but last
go
night,
on, you go.
just before we go to bed, Dawn says to Ben, "Oh, you better go out and get the flags in overnight,
Oh,
so that no one steals them overnight." Because Dawn
there's
and
the
Ben
flag.
have flags
Lovely.
out the front of the house. So yeah, has he put them back up this morning?
Yeah, they're back up. Yeah, they're going to be
Okay.
up for the rest of January. Yep.
Very
What's the
There's a
yellow
couple up
flag
there.
for?
Oh, that's just like a 40.
All right.
sports, like
40 Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oi!
The Australian sporting colours.
Yes.
Pretty sure.
Yes, that's
green
right.
and
That's a colour your football team playing and whatnot.
It's actually
Yeah.
for the wattle that blooms. We have wattle trees, and they bloom. When is it? About October, I think, and that's where the green and gold comes from the wattle. They're very beautiful. We have a wattle festival in Hurstbridge, and a steam train comes out from, I don't know where they keep it, somewhere past Geelong, but it comes out from the city in the morning and you can catch it, and then all day it shunts between the Hurstbridge is the last station, and then I think it goes up to Greensboro. So and all day it does like a shuttle run and takes people for a steam train ride, and then in the evening when it goes back to the city and back to wherever they store it, you can, like, you buy a special ticket and you can travel from
Here's dinner.
Hurstbridge to the city. So,
Are they potatoes?
Dawn's back in the garden.
Are they potatoes?
Potatoes, yeah. These
Lovely.
are Dutch creams, these ones. Whee! I'll dig through that later and get some tea.
Yeah, we're
Already
we're
picked
very
the beans.
we're very big on potatoes here.
Yep.
We like
Same here.
potatoes.
Yeah, and then when we run out of potatoes, we go to pumpkin. We've got pumpkin patch here. All the sunflowers are finished now.
Dawn and Ben have such a beautiful setup here. Last night we were just sitting on the back veranda, or dancing on the back veranda, and cruising around. It's like a little slice of paradise. She doesn't
got the
even
fire
have to
going
get
as well.
She's got decking. Look at all the decking she's got that Ben showed. Like, she's like bloody the lady of Camelot around here. I tell you.
All right.
She's well looked after.
Yeah.
And we
See,
had a fire.
There's the fire we have. Yeah, so I put the old bones on, we crisp them up, and then I can crush them and put them back in the soil. So,
they smell really nice too while they're burning.
Oh, yeah.
The dog tried to eat them.
Do you put your tailies and tinfoil on the fire?
No, we didn't. No, we should do. Might do that later. Are you having another sleepover, Linda?
Well, who knows? I'm tired.
There's my crown.
I had a good sleep for 4 hours, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah, Linda kept me up nearly to the crack of dawn.
Not that dawn.
Not that dawn. Oh, dear.
See, what would worry me about that is the animals that might be finding a nice home and all that vegetation.
Oh, there was a dead mouse
Oh,
out there this morning, I found.
yep. Yeah, we reckon JJ caught that one. He likes catching mice. But yeah, no, like I've only ever seen one snake here in over 10 years.
What,
And
was it?
I've only seen 2 dead snakes, one on a bike path and one in my backyard that my dogs had killed, but it was a baby. So luckily, they didn't get bitten. And
Yeah,
yeah, they're the only 2 snakes I've ever seen. Because when you walk in the bush, or you're aware. So you get a big stick and you bash around and you tell them you're coming. And
and
they,
you get out of your way.
yeah,
Unless,
yeah,
unless you get between them and their kids.
yeah, exactly. You just got to be a bit careful. Like Mason,
I don't
my
even
son,
think they care about their kids, do they? No,
he got
do they
attacked
care about
by
their kids?
snakes. I don't know.
Probably not, actually.
But yeah, my son got attacked by a duck once because he got in between the duck and the babies, and he didn't realise, and he didn't, So that's the thing. You just got to be a little bit aware. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I think it'd be fine with fighting off a duck. It's
It's the geese you got to worry about.
yeah, but the snakes and the spiders and the sharks and the crocodiles and
It's more
Oh,
up
don't
north
be so soft.
in
Yeah.
the tropical, where we live, Tasmania and Victoria is very much like, well, in my head, England and Britain, like especially Tasmania. It's really green and
here,
pretty
Linda, were you
tame.
born in Australia or did you come over?
No, yeah, I was born here,
Yeah,
and my family's been here for, I don't know, a while.
yeah, generations.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah,
road near us, or near my place, called McCarthy Road, which is where my family, or one part of the family, came from. So obviously they were Irish. So that's what is so interesting about Sunday school, because I'm like Catholic and Irish. That was like, if we at school on UNICEF Day, if I always said, I pretended I was like 6 generations back. But anyway, so there was a lot of Irish kids. And I really didn't know anything about Ireland. But I thought I knew it from I don't know, my point of view.
yeah,
So it's been interesting to
yeah,
hear all
yeah.
what's
Because
what's really going on.
you've been given a different version of history.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's it's very strange that
and very romanticized too, like,
yes, it is.
so it's
Yeah,
it's been interesting.
I'm gonna try to stay away from that.
Yeah, no worries. That's
Yeah,
fair enough. Oh, let's talk about football. That's what I wanted to talk
Oh
about.
God, no. Go on.
No, well,
The sum total of my knowledge of Australian rules football is that song at the start, up there, Gazelle. But I only know that because I've aunts and uncles that live in Australia, and very many years ago they came back
right.
for a holiday, and they gave me the 45 of that record, and I played it to death.
Oh my
And
goodness.
how bloody grouse is that clip, especially when the trainer knocks out the player that hurt his guy?
Yeah,
I love that bit, because my dad was a big footballer. He was right into it. So We used to go to every home game for St Kilda.
Did your dad play?
Oh, my dad played, yeah. He was the under 16 Catholic school, Victorian Catholic schoolboy champion, like best and fairest of the whole league.
Awesome.
And he got a silver cup for that. And he umpired and he was on the tribunal every Wednesday night when he'd go out to the tribunal. Well, not every Wednesday night, but if people got reported during the week, they would have to do the tribunal, and he'd walk out the door and he'd go, "I'm gonna rub them out, Lynn." And he'd like suspend them for 3 weeks or whatever.
How do you adjudicate that game?
Oh, well, yeah, there's rules, but yeah, it's tricky. And especially the gayer it's gotten, it's tricky.
Gayer. It has got gay.
But yeah, but that clip that up there, Kazali one you put on, like that's football. And that's what our men did. Like they came here, they fucking tamed the land, and then when they got weekends, they decided, all right, we'll train on Wednesdays, and on the weekend we'll go out and fucking knock the shit out of each other and kick goals. So yeah, I love football. Me, I love football. There's not a game around.
Oh God, here we go.
I just love it. And when like everyone gets to the ground and the roar at the MCG.
Yeah, the atmosphere at a footy game is just awesome. And we all sit together, so it doesn't matter what team you support.
Yeah.
You can just sit anywhere. There's no segregating of the fans, and you know, you barrack each other, and you know, you take the nick out of your it's really good.
And
footy.
When I was a kid, like St Kilda, they played at Moorabbin, so we would drive, and because my dad was a fireman, we would park at the fire station and then walk down, and we got there because they would have the main game was at 2, but before that were 2 or 3 other games like the juniors and then the seconds, and then you'd have the main game. So we would be there from the morning, and you sit on the fence, and it had tin. And when, like, you're barracking, you'd lean over the fence and bash on it. And during half-time, all the kids ran onto the ground and kicked balls around while the dad always used to say that they were in the club rooms eating jam cakes and having tea. But, yeah, I don't think they were eating cream cakes or whatever.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was great.
It doesn't matter what sport it is, it's always oranges.
Oranges, oh yeah.
Yep.
Rugby, football, Gaelic football, Australian football, it's always oranges.
I used to play tournament Scrabble, and at lunchtime even we had oranges. Tournament Scrabble. Yeah, I've got trophies. I tell you, I've got Scrabble trophies.
So, what's your trophies from?
Scrabble.
Playing Scrabble. Tournament Scrabble. Well, I mean, you know, against really good players, not just your granny down at the bingo hall type thing. You know, proper tournament Scrabble.
It wasn't a participation trophy.
No, there wasn't. There definitely wasn't. Yeah. So I travel around Australia playing in tournaments. Yeah.
Yeah. I hate Scrabble with a vengeance because I've got dyslexia.
Fair enough.
My reading's dead on. My reading, I was always able to read okay, but my spelling is fucked. And everybody thinks, play Scrabble, that'll help it. And I'm sitting with these tiles in front of me, and I know I can make words out of them, but they're not going to be spelt the way everybody else spells them. And it fucking done my head in. You know,
In Germany would have been spelled Jarmny or something.
yeah. Oh, fuck.
Am I
Germany.
making a buzzing noise?
A little bit.
Yes, you are. Yeah.
Ah,
Maybe hold
no.
hold your phone a bit away from you sometimes at work.
Yeah, hang on. Oh,
Uh,
Oh,
oh,
this is fun, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Oh,
The other thing is that your spell check, generally because we've now moved to computers and stuff, and you've got a spell check, and that's fine until you've spelled something wrong, but it's still a word. Because what I would have done for a very, very long time uh, is I would have spelled like as Lick. You know, so
lick. Yeah,
yes,
lick. Yeah.
which is great until you're writing the sentence that I like those windows, and your spell check
Yep.
doesn't pick it up because it's a proper word, and you've turned yourself into a fucking window licker.
Classic.
Oh,
Oh, dude. John Francis was good. I liked his spelling. Good vid.
yes,
Linda and I were talking like we might have to start typing and spelling words wrong on purpose because YouTube picks up so much and doesn't allow, certain words to be used. So
I
we
couldn't
might have to
even
start
quote.
changing our language.
I couldn't even quote "up there, Kazali" in a chat the other day.
what?
Oh
Like,
wow!
I was, yeah. I've been flinging "up there, Kazali" around all week. 42. I love it.
Yeah, somebody was having a problem writing Packer at some stage
Packer.
as well. I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah, it wouldn't allow Packer.
Oh,
Probably because it's very similar
Pakistan.
to Paki. Yeah.
yeah.
And
Ah,
so, what, Packer's got to change his name now?
Well, what I find
um,
strange is it'll always let me write Packer, but there's sometimes it goes through a phase of it just doesn't like like it highlights so that the person sees it. The
yeah.
name would
yep.
go in, but it wouldn't pick that up for some reason. I don't know what the fuck goes on with YouTube. It's like
Yeah.
YouTube is everybody's everybody's psychotic girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to
Definitely.
fuck her again, but you always do.
Yeah, no,
Linda, have that.
yeah, but it's not that. It's the rules change. The rules change arbitrarily for no fucking reason, and something that was fine for a long, long time suddenly not fine, and something that wasn't fine for a long, long time suddenly is fine, and it's that quick change. You know,
Mm.
it's
Mm.
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
yeah,
You
it's
never know what
yeah,
is going to make them happy.
yeah. You know,
Or
as I say,
mad.
Yeah.
yeah, as I say, you ain't no sunshine man. She's gone. You ain't no borderline personality disorder either.
Yeah, it's like what is it? PNT YouTube.
Oh fuck yeah. I
Whatever.
think, and since I said that, I need to point this out. Emma G is the most sound, level-headed person I've ever met in my life. Just so I'm not talking about Emma G. She's fucking really lovely that way. She's
Yeah.
very sound.
Nobody thought you were talking.
Yeah, I know. I'm just covering my bases.
Fair enough.
It sounds like she actually is, and he's saying it so she doesn't hit him later.
He
No,
does protest too much.
yeah,
You're right. She's sweet. I love
she
you
is.
too in the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, it is
Uh,
beautiful.
Love you more. Love you more, Emma.
Oh, we have those in key rings.
Oh,
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
Oh,
Emma
how
G.
cute.
Last Christmas, Emma G. got me 2 key rings, and they were each half a heart. and one said "love you more," and one said "love you most," and
Oh.
and then we had to do the whole hold them, put them in different hands and behind the back and all that, so we could pick who was going to get which one. And I, by,
Bloody cute.
by pure fluke, I got the "love you most" one.
Ah, very good.
Yes.
All right, I get it now. So you
Yeah.
go by the key rings in the
Yes.
chat.
Uh-huh.
Very
No-
sweet.
no-
It's very heartwarming to see.
Yeah.
You should
I-
see these two lovebirds. Oh my God. They dance on Saturday nights on their deck. They're gorgeous. They're so gorgeous.
Yeah, we got lucky, that's for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's all
We're both tens, aren't we, Linda? We're both tens.
Who?
Yeah.
You and I? Oh yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
you
No,
and Ben.
no, you're Ben, God, not you, bloody hell.
Oh, okay.
You,
I guess
you're
that's why
you're
I'm
a 9.99999.
There,
Oh, dear.
there's Max, other half in the chat who is lovely as well.
Oh, hello. I met
That's-
you
Hello.
on New Year's.
Yeah, although she's having to go to bed. She's tired. Steve Chris also had the bail because
I
he's been up
can't
for
see
about
the
18
chat.
hours.
If
Yeah.
anyone wants to know, I can't see the chat with whatever I've got going on here. So I'm sure
I can,
you're
but I've got to
saying
go
nice
inside.
things about me and that
Oh,
I
they
have
are.
a lovely voice.
Yeah, she's a legend. You can tell we have a bit of fun together, Linda and I. That's for sure.
Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm sure. A party usually. I reckon a party with usually would be very good crack.
Yeah.
We did have a very good crack last night. And
the best thing is we can talk about anything, and we can talk about things that you can't normally talk about with people. So
Yeah.
exactly. That's been such a bonus for me to not just find the scrubs, but to find a scrub that I can visit. It's amazing. Yeah, it's grouse. Very blessed.
Yeah, because we didn't know each other. We didn't know each other before Dangerfield. That's how we started chit chatting in the chat on Dangerfield, and then oh, hold on a minute, you're not far from me.
I know, and now we're like sisters from another
Yeah,
misters.
Best buddies. Yeah,
But,
no, that is something that a lot of the scrubs have found, and Paca and Steve Cray are pretty close.
That's beautiful as well.
Yeah, I love seeing scrubs catching up in real life and supporting each other and
and
then DJ and P coming to visit you. That was beautiful as well.
Yes, and Almac and LEC are coming to come to Northern Ireland, and they're also going down south next year. So we're going to meet up.
Brilliant.
So it's really good. It's really good finding people you don't need to worry about what you say with.
Yeah. Exactly. And on the same page. And especially after COVID.
I'm just reading the comments, Linda. Almax just typed in, partying with Dawn Browning and Linda scares the shit out of me.
You don't have to worry. We're getting old now. We're mellowed.
Yeah, we have actually. I definitely have.
Well, sort of. You still bust the moves. These two are going to see the Chemical Brothers in the mosh pit, apparently.
Yeah, we're in the mosh pit, that's for sure. Yeah, I've got my I've got my Black Pilled t-shirt that says "Get in the pit," so I'll be wearing that.
Very good.
And having a booty on. Sure. Not long to go now, Mark. Really looking forward to it. Ben's not been to a concert before, so it's going to be wild. Yeah.
I've only been to very few concerts.
Me too. Yeah.
It was just something I never really did. So,
I couldn't
so
even
Ben,
begin.
so hold on. So you're for his first concert, you're taking Master Ben to the Chemical Brothers and putting them into the mosh pit.
Yep. Go hard, or go home.
Yeah, just throw him in at the deep end, why don't you?
You'd be fine. He's a big boy.
Yeah.
42 last night, they played me their Falling in Love songs.
Ooh.
Yeah, I dropped that song.
That was
What song
like,
did we fall in love to, Sid?
what were they
The song we actually fell in love to. Like Ben and I had been together for about a month, and we were going out together and doing stuff. And he'd come to my place after work to get ready. We weren't even doing the push Makundi. I was holding out because I thought, well, I like this bloke, he's a keeper. So we haven't, got it on into sack by that time. And I just had a playlist on. He's in the shower, getting ready. I'm getting ready, going out for a meal somewhere. And a song called Big A Little A came on by Kraft. And he came bouncing out the bathroom. He had his jocks on, thank God. Came bouncing out the bathroom, singing his head off, singing all the words. I'm like, how the fuck do you know this song? You're from New Zealand. And yeah, when he first came to Australia, he lived in like a share house with some lads that were into all punk. And yeah, so that's how he knew that song. So, and I've just gone, oh my God, that's it. Tonight's the night, darling. Oh dear. Do you know that song, Big A Little A?
No, I don't.
Does anyone know the song Big A Little A by Kraft? Come on, chat. Nobody knows Big A Little A. Bloody hell.
Big A
One of
Little
the
A.
best songs, Big A Little A. Yeah.
Is it by The Clash?
No, Kraft. Krass. Kraft.
Class, right. Yeah,
Kraft.
no.
Yeah, Kraft. Big A Little A.
I don't know any of their stuff, to be fair.
Oh my God.
I listened to a bit of The Clash, Sex Pistols, Stiff Little Fingers, which technically...
Oh yeah, SLF were good.
Yeah. That would be about the most of my punkish stuff that I've listened to.
Yeah. Well, it's one of the lines in it is the system might have got you, but it won't get me.
Oh, so very good.
Yeah. There's some really good lyrics in it.
Well, James Hayworth saying he knows big face, little face, cardboard box.
Ducklinger. Where's he saying that? Oh yeah, there you go. No, it's a really good tune. Oh dear. There was a guy in here earlier. I don't know, you must have gone now. He would have known. That song.
Broken Sounds probably knows it.
Yes, that's who I was looking at. Yeah, he's not. I can't see him anymore.
Yeah, I think he's off the bed.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. I think he's. Yeah, he's his actual avatar. His pick is Kraft. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Kraft symbol. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Let's see. What else I need to ask you about Australia? Linda, what was the school system like? And has it changed?
Have you muted yourself, Linda? I'm just going to check.
Yeah.
Because I can't hear any crackling. Or she might have been kicked out. I don't know.
No, she's still in.
Oh yeah, she is. I mean, can you hear me? No one can hear you. Can't hear you. Try again. Is your thing plugged in? What are you plugged in, or have you muted yourself?
Yeah, I can hear her now.
All right, I'll stand here. You can probably hear her through my thing. Go on,
Yeah,
talk.
we're going crazy now.
Don't worry about that. Talk here.
Anyway, so the school, yeah, I went to Catholic. I can hear myself. I don't like it.
Oh, I'll turn that off. Oh no, you can't, because then you won't hear what everybody else is saying. Hold on. Can you hear me now, 42?
Yes, I can. I can hear you, Dawn.
Oh, okay. All right.
What about me? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're a little low, but we can hear you.
Anyway, so school for me, I went to Catholic primary school.
No, I can't hear Linda.
Yeah, you've gone very, very low.
We'll come back to you. Right, I've got to go to Lou.
Hunter, check your volume.
All right. I'm just going to Lou.
She's going to lose.
All right. Yeah. Right.
We're not very good at this, are we?
Yes, mute yourself because
mute yourself. Don't forget to mute yourself when you're on the toilet, Linda love.
Yeah, because the audio will suddenly get perfect.
Yeah, it'll suddenly start. Yeah, you're right. Classic. Yeah, no, school for my kids. Obviously, I didn't go through the school system here, but school for my kids was pretty good, actually. Pretty good education system. But while mine were at school, they brought in that participation thing. Yeah, participation awards and stuff like that. So that was a bit odd. And like I was saying earlier, they banned a lot of religious stuff.
So I take it you went to school in England?
Yes, I did. Yeah. I went to just normal. You call them public or private. I can't remember now. Yeah, I just went to your normal high school and things like that.
Yeah.
But I ended up in care when I was for about 6 months when I was 11. Right. After an incident with a newcomer that nobody believed me about, but I won't go into that here. Right. And then I ended up in care for about 2 years from 14 and a half to 17. So finished, so I finished like my high school, and that was in Liverpool where I was in care. So I missed out on the last couple of years of, your normal high school in England.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, yeah.
Do you think that the education system in England and Australia is pretty much the same?
It's sounding like it, yes. There's pockets where we're getting all the LGBT stuff here.
Yes.
And
I know all about your No Outsiders program.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Oh, it's an anti-bullying campaign.
Right.
Be very wary of anything in any school that puts itself down as an anti-bullying campaign, because this anti-bullying campaign teaches about oral sex, anal sex, all sorts of stuff.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same sex. Because apparently we need to learn about that to stop people bullying. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yes, it does make no sense. Well, the school that my older two grandchildren go to, primary school, they live in like a low socio-economic, predominantly Western kind of people area. Called the Pines, where Baron used to live, so he'll know how rough it is there. And like the parents are having none of it. So the school that he goes to is because they're more your, lower working class people, and they sort of they aren't having any of this LGBT bullying shit. So yeah,
Yeah.
we're onto all that in certain areas.
Yeah, you tend to find that's where it happened. Yes, there was a statue that got attacked, seemed to got cut down about the ankles. I talked about that at the very
Uh-huh.
start of the show. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, and there was a statue of Queen Victoria that had paint spread over it, and it seems to be this is
Yep.
like this is becoming a traditional event to attack statues
Yep.
every year.
Yeah. Well, it's global, isn't it now?
Mm,
So it's well, not global. It's in countries where it's predominantly Western kind people
yes,
that
it
are
is.
having their histories destroyed.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um,
it's crazy. But what annoyed me about like the Captain Cook statue getting taken down, the police were called. As somebody saw them start doing it, and they were there. It took them about 15 minutes all in all to do their dirty deed,
mhm.
and the police didn't even bother turning up.
Yeah.
So, and the police station's literally a block away from where that statue is.
Oh,
Yes,
almost makes you think they weren't that interested about enforcing the law in that
uh
case.
huh, exactly. Yeah,
It
just let the
well,
useful idiots
that
do the job.
this is something that we are seeing right across the Western world, where we have selective policing,
Yeah.
where the law, depending on your political opinion, what you can do the same offence under the law, and
Mm.
one will get uh, one will get investigated and prosecuted to its fullest extent, and the other one will just be ignored.
Yeah, basically like what's happened with Sam Melia and over some bloody stickers.
Mm.
And then you compare that with the Nottingham murderer, who's now only being charged with manslaughter, and he's
Yeah,
going to get a hospital sentence. And you're like, what the swear word hell? It's just insane. But I was listening to the Ayatollah speaking with Shane and Homatalk, and they were talking about these people who are enabling all this. They're going to have to watch out, because if it goes pear shaped and the tables turn, people aren't going to forget what 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 they've done and what they've enabled. So, and yeah, it's I wouldn't like to be somebody in their boots, put it that way.
yeah. If this turns, people are going to have problems. Yep,
Yeah.
we've got a very important question from the chat. What's the crack with
Oh,
Harold Bishop?
Harold Bishop. You know what?
From
I never
neighbours?
got into neighbours. Neighbours. I never got into neighbours in England. And when I came to Australia, one of the first places that my then husband took me to was where they filmed Ramsay Street, right? And I'm like, what you brought me here for? I just couldn't be less interested in it. But interesting thing was Harold from Neighbours. What was his missus on the show called? Was it Margaret something?
I think it could have been Marge. I honestly can't
Yeah.
remember.
Well, yeah. Well, they were going to a reunion not long after the Jibbity Jabbida things had been pushed through.
Yeah.
And yet she was one of the people who had adverse reaction.
Hmm.
And Harold was on one of the morning TV shows, apparently. He was yelling and screaming, saying, "You've hurt my Marge," whatever. And they just cut him off. Yeah, so she's in a bad way, apparently. One of our pretty predominant left wing doctors over here. I can't think of a name at the moment. What's
Madge.
Madge? There you go. I was close. one of our predominant female doctors over here who has, she's a she, and she has a wife,
Right.
and her wife is in a bad way after the treatment, and also the doctor herself fell a bit foul. She got a bit sick as well from him, but yet she's she's always been pro the treatment and everything. She went against it for a tiny little while she was talking about it, and now she's done full circle and supports it all.
Yep.
Even though her wife's at death's door, so she's still back turned on it. I can't think of the name.
But as soon as she went a little bit against it, you seen that everybody that did like her suddenly didn't like her, and
Okay.
the fees for turning up on shows suddenly disappeared.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
I think what a lot of people don't realize is all those people that go on TV and they go on radio and they make appearances and all, they're not doing those appearances for free. They're
Yep.
getting paid, and if you can have the wrong opinion all you want, but they're not going to allow you to express it. And how they stop you
Yep.
expressing it is by not inviting you on the shows, and your £500 to £1,500 for a 15-minute slot suddenly disappears.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm trying to think. There was I think he was a basketball player, Andrew Bogut to someone, and he was talking about how he was offered money to promote the you know what, and he refused it. But so he got cancelled, and he copped so much hate from the pro jibbity jabbity people. It was just disgusting to watch. Disgusting.
Oh, yous have got Lauren Southern over there now, don't you? She
Southern.
Lauren Southern.
Yeah.
On Sky TV. What's
right.
what's her rhetoric been like?
I don't watch Sky TV.
Right.
It's a bit sort of GB newsy. Like, I think it's a bit controlled. As there's some things I pay attention to, but not much. Same with GB News.
Oh, Linda saying she's back in Canada, which is she obviously had to move her grift. That girl is 100% grift.
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. When she came over here with Stefan Molyneux, Master Ben and I went to see them at their. That's where I first met Blair Cottrell, and so we were at their show there, heavily protested by the Antifa mob, and I was sort of into it then, but her presence on stage really was unnerving. There was something not quite right about her, because I was, that was one of my pathways into where I am now with Southern and Molyneux. And after that, things just didn't add up about her. And so she just says what she's supposed to say.
Yeah, she appeared in the men's rights movement from absolutely nowhere to suddenly being absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Much the same way as Jordan Peterson did.
Yeah.
And the grift is strong in both those.
Yeah. Well, I never got into Peterson in the first place. Like, Master Ben used to be watching religiously, and I'm like, I just can't do it. There's something not right about that man. And then everything sort of started coming out, and I'm like, yep, I was right. Trust your gut. And okay, I understand that we're going to have people like that, like even Cole Benjamin, who only goes so far saying certain things, and what's his name, academic agent, he says things carefully as well. But
I think
part of me sort of is forgiving because, like, they're making a living, but not everybody understands that. A lot of people fall for their bullshit.
But
Yeah.
I think Carl Benjamin actually believes what he's saying.
Yeah.
Not so sure about Jordan Peterson. His opinion his opinion will change. Will turn on a fucking sixpence if it affects his grift.
Yeah. And it depends on the weather.
Yeah, it always had done. It always has done. And his tearful outbursts are not what young men need to see.
Yeah. See, here's something that I remember with Carl Benjamin, going back when the tables started turning and people started going missing off YouTube and getting themselves banned and cancelled and that lot, when it really started ramping up. I followed Carl Benjamin religiously. I thought he was brilliant, you know.
This weekend stupid every Sunday night.
Yeah. And he was going to be working on a series of videos covering the Crusades. And you know what I'm like. I'll pay for view. I'll like, you know, slinging a bit of money to people who put in out content and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, I was sort of, oh gosh, you know, I'll chuck him a bit for that. That'd be great. And he just disappeared. And that was at the time when everybody else was getting cancelled. And he was missing for a few months. And then he came back and he was different. He was more contained, more controlled.
Was this also at the time of his court case?
Oh, was that before, or that could have been actually? Yeah.
Because he had that label court case.
Yeah. Yeah,
and the
which he won anyway.
Copyright issue, which he did eventually win, which he should have won. But I think that I think that's a lot to do with why he changed what he was doing.
Yeah, because I did notice a change in him, and then I'm just like, you know, this is he's just not doing it for me anymore. So I stopped listening to him. Yeah.
Right.
We've got some good content creators still, which is awesome. But a lot of people have gone on to Odyssey, Rumble, and different platforms. Like, there's a lot of things I wouldn't say on YouTube. Like on my channel, I'm very cautious. But like, I won't bring certain things up or talk about things on my videos because I put my videos out more as like to give people an idea that they can do it themselves or they can do something similar. That sort of,
Yeah,
but like I try the gardening initiative here, because I collect all my seeds, my own seeds, so everything that you see growing is pretty much 90% what I've gleaned myself, saving from the year before. And I did like a little project where I put up packets of seeds for free at the supermarket, and then I put a link to and an email of mine. And so I'd just go back and check, and the seeds were disappearing, but nobody was, contacting me or, to work out. Because what I wanted to try and do with people is not everybody's got a big garden like me, so not everybody can let things go to seed, because it takes a long time to wait for things to go to seed. And if you've got a smaller space, then you're restricted as to what you can say. So I was trying to get up like a vegetable growing cooperative where somebody just concentrates on carrots, somebody else just concentrates on potatoes. I can provide the seeds, or whichever way you want to go, that so people don't have to buy from the supermarket. But I don't think we're starving enough over here yet, and the prices aren't. Everyone's complaining that the prices are going up for everything, but I don't think they're high enough yet.
Well, I thought the prices in Australia were absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It, but then you have
Yeah.
a really high minimum uh, wage, don't you?
What is our minimum wage over here now? I think it's probably about,
Twenty
was it about,
dollars.
I think the minimum weekly wage is around
Oh no, I mean
nine
minimum
hundred.
hourly rate.
900.
Minimum
Oh,
hourly
minimum
rate.
hourly rate. Yeah, I think it depends if you're on casual or full time, but like the minimum wage in Australia that for a full time job is about $900, and your average wage is about
Hold on.
18,
That
about
that's for wait,
1,800
that's for a week.
a week. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. So
if if you're pulling in more than like £1,500 a month in your paw in Northern Ireland, you've got a very good job.
right,
To give you a comparison
so £1,500.
for a month
Right,
is a very good job. Whereas
yeah,
your minimum would be 4,000 or not for 3,400 something.
right,
Well, it's £900 a week, so it's like the price of beer over there astounded me.
yeah, yeah. You can get like a beer at the pub's going to cost you, yeah, but you can get some good deals like at the bottle shop.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, it's not
Even
not.
even the bottle shop, where I was like, "What the fuck? How does anybody afford to be an alcoholic in this country?"
I
But
don't know. We
even
seem to do all right.
even basic things like eggs and stuff was out, and definitely in the cafe for a lunch or something. It was I I was quite surprised by the prices.
Yeah. Wait a minute. What year were you here?
I think it was 2018.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I was I
Yeah.
went
That started to go up. Yeah.
yeah I went to the Gold Coast for the International Conference on Men's Issues. Luke was that
Yeah.
he was on earlier. He was at that one
That's
as well.
right.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'd met him a couple of years previous to that in London. Uh, I, I was surprised by the level of rules. I was surprised by the price of everything. But I did stand up on a surfboard heading towards the beach. Uh,
Yeah.
I,
Good.
yeah, now I I was an absolute passenger. That board was going wherever it was going, no matter I wouldn't say, but I was standing up on a surfboard heading towards the beach, and I'm counting that I've surfed.
Sure. You have no control. Yeah.
Yeah, no
Well,
control.
now here's another thing that you say, like you were on the Gold Coast. That's a heavy tourist area, and yes, you do pay top dollar. Yeah, yeah, you do pay. It is more expensive up there.
Yeah, but even in Brisbane, it was the prices were pretty much the same. Uh,
Right,
the, the difference between the prices in Surfers Paradise and Brisbane was nothing.
right.
Charlie don't surf. Oh
Yeah, no, I've never been surfing. I'm not very good in open water. Like in deep water, I don't like it.
well,
I had a bit of an
well,
issue when I was living in Greece, and yeah, so I don't do deep water. I used to swim to work when I lived in Crete. So it was either walk up a really bloody big hill in the midday sun, or swim
mhm.
around a little crook, walk up a beach, get changed in a hotel. So I knew one of the maids that worked there. I'd use her locker, and I'd just get a snorkel kit on, so look at all the beautiful fish and everything. Anyway, one day I'm about halfway around, and the tide changed, and everything underneath me went murky,
Oh,
and I was, oh yeah, it was bloody frightening. And something rather large swam underneath me,
Oh,
and then I got and I got smashed onto the rocks. So I'm walking up. I had to walk over all these rocks. I'm covered in blood from being scratched on the rocks. I didn't have to try any stitches or anything like that, but it looked a mess. And yes, I'm walking up the beach, and all these holiday makers come running up to me. Dawn, are you okay? Yeah. So ever since then, I've not done hot, deep water.
oh, well, that
Yeah.
surfing thing I did, I went to the surfing school, and
Yep.
we went out to like waist deep water. That's how
Yeah.
far out we were. It was waist deep, and you climb on your board. The wave comes, they push you off, and then you do your thing where you attempt to stand up on it and stay on it for like 15 seconds, and then you're in the pretty much into the beach. But it was class. The,
Yeah, that would have been fun.
yeah, that was good. I remember one time in Spain, it was nighttime. I swam out to like one of those floating platforms that you get, but
Yep.
30 yards out. Right. So
How many beers had you had? Oh, sorry. How many sangrias had you had?
Oh no, it was always beer. It was always
Oh,
beer.
okay.
Right, I don't go Spanish, so I'd had quite a few. But anyway, swims out, climbs on it, bounces about. There was like a wee diving board, so I dive off the platform into the sea, and I see this big fuck off dark shadow beneath me.
Oh my
And
God.
I
Yeah.
totally shit myself, splut water out.
Isn't it awful?
I
Yep.
was turning around. It was my fucking shadow.
Yep. Oh, that's
fuck.
classic.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, you knob. You
yeah.
plonker.
It was, yeah, well, an absolute plonker. But I was so relieved I was a plonker. Whatever.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that
Yeah.
feeling you get, it's when you think you could be hunted or, be
Yeah.
something's dinner, it's
Yeah.
not a
No,
pleasant feeling. Yeah.
no, not good at all. Yeah,
Oh,
seaweed can be fucking scary.
yeah.
Yeah, and what's in that seaweed? Yeah.
Mhm. Oh dear. Funny. Is
Right.
there no questions in chat about Australia? All we've had is something about bloody neighbours.
Yeah. We're going to wrap up soon. So, any questions you've got about
Okay.
Australia, living there, Australia Day, all that there, we're on we're coming up to 2.5 hours. And it's 1 o'clock in the morning here. So it's just getting to your
Oh, of
proper
course.
time for waking up, isn't it?
It's lunchtime. Yeah, so
Lunchtime.
it's midday here.
Midday.
Yeah.
Uh,
Strictly bacon. I see weed. I smoke it. Oh dear.
Oh fuck,
Yeah.
Ludwig! I have to disagree. Dulce is fucking stinking. Ugh. I hate Dulce. It's just it's like tough, hard,
Sid Precious, do you want to come and live in? Yeah, Sid Precious wants to marry you, Linda, so you can come and live in Australia.
Sid Vicious.
No, Sid Precious. Sid Precious.
Kenny, is he a handyman?
Are you a handyman, Sid? How do I get to live in Oz? Yeah, marry Linda Hunter. We'll get you in.
Any updates on another pie?
Oh, another pie. Oh, I've got to show Linda my. Oh, I've still got the pastry. Oh yeah, I remember that song that Luke requested. It said something about the Rolling Stone, and I'm like, oh, I've been in Rolling Stone. Yeah, so I've still got the pastry. I don't know why it's not gone off.
Yeah,
I'll show Linda. Yeah, no, my best pies are pork pies. I make you proper pork pie.
Oh,
We ate the ADL. But
it's true. It's a real
It's
pie.
a real pie. I make proper pork pies, and I even boil pig's trotters to make my own jelly. The aspic.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and your petrol stations sell pies over there.
Yeah. You get your 4 and 20 pie from the petrol station, or your 4 and 20 sausage roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, petrol stations here are pretty cool, aren't they? They're good. So we call them servos.
Yeah.
Servos, yeah.
Servos.
Bottle servo.
Bottle servo.
Have
Dunio.
have either of you been to Rock?
No.
No.
No. Is
No.
that more?
I've-
Is that more touristy thing to do?
No, it's far away.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
hung my head over the Great Australian Bight.
The what?
Yeah, the Great Australian Bight.
I've hung my head over the Great Australian Bight.
What's that?
What's the Australian Bight, Linda? They want to know.
The great, it's that, the bit. Turn off.
Oh, you've got an echo.
Hang on.
She cracked me up, I tell you. Turn yourself off, Linda.
It's gone.
It's gone. Here she comes.
Okay, it's the bit at the bottom, the bite bit. Like, so from the east coast over to the west coast. So you go across the bottom, and there's that big bite bit. And when you're there, like while you're driving across the Nullarbor, you can like walk to the cliff and crawl very carefully to the edge and hang over the edge of the Great Australian Bight.
Oh God, no!
It's the bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh God, no! That's
in the middle.
That's
like the uppy bits.
Yeah, that sounds. What the hell happened? I'm guessing some sort of internet disconnection there because Linda and Dawn, I did not kick them out. They just both disappeared at the same time. And you can't kick two people out at the one time. But that sounds fucking scary. Linda and Dawn, I've put that link in if you just want to jump back in. I don't know what the fuck happened there. Right. Hello. Is this still live? Can somebody just type in chat, let me know I'm still live? But that sounds absolutely right. We've had an internet issue. Right, okay. I'm still live. They were getting crazy anyway. Right. Okay, I'm going to call that serendipity. Streaky, I'm not picking that up on the screen, but it's good. Yeah, still live. Right. Unfortunately, Linda and Dawn have had a technical and they've had a very quick excerpt. What I will say is, hopefully you can still hear. I believe you can because at least Linda got something in the chat. Yeah. Anyway, it was lovely. It was. I really enjoyed having both of you on. Thank you very much for coming on. Both of you and Dawn, and also I'll get Dawn in touch with Luke via Telegram. Yes, can we get a D and A or D and L in the chat for Dawn and Linda? StreamYard overheated her phone. Right. Okay. They both frantic on their phones typing. Right. Uh, yes, absolutely lovely having you on. Thank you very much for that. And I am going to put the outro up and put your comments up on the screen and say goodnight. Here we go. Hold on, take me out. That's the way we want it.
Hello, this is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance. You were all nothing, and you will be happy. As you will eat the bugs.
Oh shit, man. Eat the bugs? You got me wrong. You got me so wrong. You ever seen a cave drawing of somebody with a spear hunting a mosquito? Well, me either. We eat meat and we have choices. You think the hedgehog right? It tastes like chicken. Fucking chicken. I ain't eating your bugs. I ain't eating your bugs. I started off with nothing and I'm never going back. I'm not getting on your progressive track. With Agenda 2030, I refuse to engage. I can see where it is going and it's just another cage. I've got hedgehog, I've got rabbit, I've got wild hog. Fuck it, I can even move to Alaska and get me a nice caribou. Eating your bugs. You're trying to take away what I fought so hard to get, so I'm going to say no to your cattle car trade. Eat the bugs, live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy, own nothing and be happy. I've seen the people with nothing and they don't look happy. Eat the bugs, live in some communal pod with no fucking privacy, own nothing and be happy. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. I'm not eating your bugs. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh shit, man, you got me wrong. You got me so fucking wrong. There are millions of us in the UK, billions worldwide, unvaccinated, striding out into our third winter of death with not a care in the world. Eating pig, eating cow, eating chicken, and we will not conform. Fuck it, I'm not eating your bugs. Hey, Klaus Wall, this is 42, and I want the word with you. Motherfucker.
This is the fourth industrial revolution. We have a window opportunity for the great reset. Technology is a critical weapon. History is truly at a turning point. We can shape a better world, and we will reglobalize to make it a better place. So will all love, and so will be happy, and so will eat the bugs.
You haven't got me talking. Why are you United Nations in charge of Stonehenge? Keeping me away from the stones? That's not world heritage, that's British heritage. You're getting to the point where the people that just want to be left alone are going to get involved. Tell me again, why is United Nations running Stonehenge? Fuck it. Stonehenge, New Games, a fucking Perry Mountain Range, now all owned by UNESCO, so you and I can never go. your 15-minute cities and your Internet of Things. We are going back to nature, see what that life brings. We had a good look at the banning new day, so we hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid. Fuck it. We hook up with the Woodlander and take our shit off grid.
This is 42 speaking. Welcome to the Resistance.
Fuck it. Okay, everybody. Dawn was Dawn. Linda was Linda. Luke was Luke. I've been 42, and you lot in the chat have as always been fucking amazing. Good night. God bless. See you all next week. I'm out of here.